Okay, so November 19th, this is our Team Bloom team support call. We're just going to jump right into it, you guys. So something that has been on my mind a lot, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Sue Leenstra, Sue Stearns. And I'm like, if you're not my directly personally sponsored coach, then I'm like your grandma or your great grandma, or you're somehow in our like organization. So as we are closing up 2019 and entering 2020, I don't know about you guys, but I have been like laser focused on what are my goals for this next year? Because this company is the things that are about to come down the pipeline are incredible. And this opportunity to be a coach at this time in the business is incredible. So, I think one thing that I've learned is now this will be my 4th year coaching in April, will be my 4-year anniversary. And I've been asking myself, what did I do at the beginning that helped my business get off the ground and running really, really quick? And I really think that it had to do with keeping it simple and really getting back to the basics. So in my own business, I've been trying to get back to the basics. And I just want to pass it along to you guys. So the illustration that I heard this week, which I thought was really cool, was, okay, say you go to a restaurant and you love it. Like, okay, there's this Italian restaurant in Gig Harbor, which is like 40, maybe 30, 40 minutes away from us. So my sister goes and she loves it. She's like, Susan, I went to this Italian restaurant and it's incredible. And I'm like, okay, cool. I like Italian food. But she's like, no, like it's like a mom and pop. Like they're from there and they cook the food. You walk in, it smells so good. It was her birthday and the waiter came up and like made these like kind of crude, but also like slightly amazing Italian jokes at her for her age and her butt. And I was like, what? And she's like, no, it was awesome. Like the service was so good. Our waiter took care of us. He was such a good business owner. The food was incredible. And she's like, you have to go there. And I was like, okay, well, I want to go there. Like, that'd be fun. And she's like, we need to go together. And she won't stop talking about this place. And she's like, but there's like a wait list. Like, you're going to have to wait in line. It's so good. So she hasn't stopped talking about this Italian place. And she doesn't just talk to me about it. She's actually talking to like everyone about it. Like whenever anyone asked how her birthday was, she was like, okay, there's this restaurant in Gig Harbor. You have to go there. And to be honest, like, I think it is kind of a higher end, like restaurant, but she doesn't care. She's literally telling everyone she knows about this. So, do you know where I'm going with this illustration? I feel like you probably should. You guys, it's just like what we do, right? Except we don't advance our business and we hate our jobs when we don't do what my sister did with that restaurant. So when we that's your natural response when you love something, right? But when you get all caught up in your head and you all of a sudden tie the fact that you're making money to your love of the programs, all of a sudden you're like, does anyone have a script for how I talk about it? When you wouldn't need a script to talk about a restaurant. Like you don't ask the restaurant, do you have a script that I can have to talk to people? Or you don't say like, do you have a video I can send people about your restaurant so I can just send that to them, right? And like when my sister talks about it, I don't actually think about her like, oh, is the restaurant paying you to say this, right? Like all these weird things. And there's actually no difference between sharing about a restaurant that you love and sharing about a workout program and a business opportunity that you love. There's no difference except we get in our own way because of our mindset around the business. So get out your pen and paper, number it 1 to 10, because I'm about to tell you the top 10 reasons with that example in mind. So keep in mind the restaurant analogy and how simple it is to share about a restaurant and how simple it is to share about the coaching opportunity or about our challenge groups, our boot camps. I'm trying to get away from that word challenge groups. It's not working for me. I keep calling it that, boot camps. Okay, so here's some reasons why maybe your business is not growing. And I know that I said, come on this call and you can hit Success Club in less than 12 hours. Okay, I was also just saying that, number one, to get you on the call, but also number two, because seriously, if you implement these things, you can be in Success Club in less than 12 hours because it's all about your mindset and how you approach and how many people you talk to, how many conversations you're having. So if you implement these things, yes, I 100%, I think you can hit Success Club in a matter of hours if you go talk to people in the right way. So number one, your business isn't growing because of your upline. So maybe I'm your upline, like you're directly your first upline. Or maybe I'm like your grandma, like I said at the beginning. Like, I don't know all of your guys' relation to it. Okay. Here's the deal is you are an independent beach body coach. So you can just take that whole excuse of you don't have a supportive team and you don't have an upline, which I don't think we have that on our team. But if it ever does come across your mind, or if you ever have coaches who you're working with who say they can't because of their upline, which would be you, you can just remind them that they're an independent Beachbody coach and their business is up to them. And some of the most successful top coaches don't even have an upline. Lindsay Matway, she is the most financially the top coach. Like, she has earned the most out of anyone, and she does not have an upline. Ashley Molstad, she's currently number 1 in the company. She was last year and she still is. Her upline is her sister-in-law, who doesn't even work the business. So you cannot blame anything on your upline or any like lack of trainings or anything like that. The point of an upline, the point of a coach is to be a parent. So yeah, like, I love you if, I'm just using myself as an example. I love you and I care about you, but also my goal is for you to go away and not to like leave Team Bloom and not be on these calls, but for you to not have to ask a bunch of questions, right? I'm not a good parent if I'm like still freaking nursing you when you're like 10, right? Okay, your upline is like your parents, and act like you're a business owner. It's not on them to work your business. And then write down this sentence, because you need this to be your mentality. Like no other. I will help you. And this also, you guys, get this in your heads, because when you have coaches on your team, which many of you already do, you're already leaders. Even if you don't have a single coach on your team, you need to understand this. I will help you, period. And then just like circle the crap out of that period. I will help you, period. You build your business. I will not help you build your business. I will help you, period. You build your business. That has to be our mentality. And if you can grasp that, you will do well in this business, and you will be a good leader for your coaches, because you'll know when you're hand holding, and you'll know when to like let go and back off and all these things. Okay. So that could be number 1 reason why your business is not growing. Number 2, your business is not growing because you don't have enough time. Guys, I totally get it. You don't have the same 24 hours that I have, right? Like, totally makes sense that you don't have the time to work your business, right? We don't all have the same 24 hours, except we freaking do. I hate this one so much. You guys, when I started, and I think this is one of the reasons why I don't have a lot of compassion, because I think it all comes down to, and by the way, like, this is a lot of tough love, but if it stings, just maybe take a minute back and remember that I love you a lot. And then ask yourself, if it's stinging, why? If I feel defensive about what's being said, why? And just like take it in, you know what I mean? Because I know for me, when I get defensive or think like, oh, it's normally because like, it's true. Whatever the person is saying is true. Okay. So, where was I even at? Okay. So when I started, you guys, I was a single mom in grad school, paying to do an internship. I was dropping Cooper off at daycare at like 7:15, getting home. Like, I was doing my workout at 4 a.m. It was insane. And I sacrificed a lot when I started, because I knew that if I slept less then, I could sleep more later. And now I don't have to have that same like sacrificial hustle, because I did my time. And sure, there are seasons when I'm going to hustle a lot more, but you have to like pick and choose, and you have to own the 24 hours that you have in your day, because you have the same amount of hours as every other coach in the network. Everyone who's ever had success, you have the same amount of hours. Make time for your business, own your time, find pockets. If you can't do a power hour, that's totally fine. Do a power 30 minutes. If you can't do a power 30 minutes, do a power 15 minutes, right? Like, you can find little pockets of time. Like, shoot, if you're a mom, just like go to the bathroom really quick and like go add 10 new friends while you're peeing really quick. Like, do whatever you have to do. Megan is like the queen of working in pockets. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you're like, what does that look like? I'm pretty sure that there's a Team Bloom team call on it in the files section of Team Bloom, or you just message Megan and she'll talk to you about it. Then I posted this in Team Bloom because it was on my mind a lot today, but you are not the busiest person you know. So just stop. You're not the busiest person that you know. There's always someone busier who's more successful and doing it in the right way. If it matters to you, you're going to make time for it. That's what it comes down to. Also, one of the best pieces of advice on a practical level that I can give you is like, have your phone ready to work so that when you have a minute, you're not like, oh my gosh, where do I begin? Like, have a note section on your phone. Like, I have one that says coaching, and then it has all the links that I could need. Or what else? I have like a little, I don't know the technical words, but like, you know how you can make boxes and like put your apps in them and like organize them? So I have one that's Beachbody. So like everything is like in that little section on my phone. I don't even know the words to this, but I feel like maybe you guys hopefully know what I'm talking about. The bottom line is have your phone organized so that it makes sense to you, so that when you have those like little pockets of time, you can take advantage of it, right? Just be aware of where you're spending your time, and also just stop using that as an excuse if you are. Okay. The third reason why your business might not be growing is because you're not a salesperson. I totally get that. I am not a salesperson either. My degree is in counseling. I am not a salesperson. And I don't think anyone on our team actually has a degree in sales. Okay. So, I mean, I don't personally wake up in the morning. Like, I don't think to myself, yes, like it's another day to go sell $160 challenge pack. Whoa, I'm going to sell some like 20 whatever dollars energized today. That's my goal. Like, no, I'm waking up and I'm thinking I have the opportunity to go serve someone. I have the opportunity to go share where I'm at today and then invite people to join me. You do not have to be a salesperson. You don't have to be good at sales to be in this business. And I know we say it all the time, but I feel like we don't fully grasp that in our minds. And that's why we're so hesitant to share about it, and why we kind of like get caught up in our heads, kind of like the restaurant analogy, right? But the other thing is that like everything in life is sales. Like Minka came in here before the team call and she was like, Ma, you said I can't be on the team call tonight. So I'm going to go to the dollar store with Dad and I'm going to buy Duke a birthday present, but I'm going to buy it with my own money. And then when I come home, and then she had this whole plan of how if she did this and I happen to be on the same call, could she come in? Like, she's selling me something right then and there. And half the time when our kids sell us something, we like totally buy it, right? Like everything is sales. Everything is. So you don't have to be afraid of taking on more of like the skills of a salesperson. What else? Okay, this is the other thing. So I don't know, for those of you who don't know this. So like Beachbody back in the day, P90X was the program that was the big launching point, right? So before coaches were a thing, there was actually message boards. So people would go on there and say, and, ask for support. It was like a big challenge group, but on a message board. So Carl Deichler saw what was happening and he was like, dang, like the people who are in these message boards are having way more success with P90X than the people who are not. So how can I basically, like, can I give people money to do what they're already doing, which is they're literally working out. If for those of you who haven't done P90X, there's an hour-long yoga and there's pull-ups. Like the program is not, and there's cheesy jokes, and it's not like ADD Obsession where every workout is different. Like it's the same ones week, like what? It's not at all like, but it's the best like selling famous program of Beachbody, because people got results because they were in these message threads and these message boards being coached. So like I said, he looked at that and he's like, okay, I can give a financial reward to coaches. And that's how the coaching community was started. Those people didn't have scripts. Those people didn't have team calls. They didn't have any of the things that we have now. But he based our entire business off of fitness, nutrition, accountability, and then financial reward. Like that is our company. Like that's crazy if you think about it. So that's how coaching like came into it in the first place. Okay, you're not a salesperson. Number 4, maybe this is the reason why your business isn't growing. You don't have any friends. You have friends. Seriously. You have friends. I'm home a lot of my life. The older I get, the more introverted I actually get. But you have friends. Number one, if you really don't have friends, you need to get out of your own damn way and go make some friends. But also use your social media. So that in and of itself is going to take time. You cannot just expect that you can just become a coach and post that you're a coach and people will join you. You have to build trust. You have to show that you're going to consistently come. I was just talking to Jakayla about this today, actually. People are looking for the coach that is more consistent with them. So if you are showing up and doing your program and showing it on your stories for like 5 days, and then you just like stop sharing and showing your journey for like 5 days, and then you like pop back in, honestly, if you're looking for accountability and you're looking for someone to help you get results, are you going to sign up with that person? Or are you going to sign up with the person who shows up every dang day and maybe they're a little annoying sometimes, but they're there every single day sharing their journey? You are never going to pick a coach that is less consistent than you. They are looking for someone who's more consistent, one level above. You have to be that person if you want people to be trusting you enough to say yes to joining you. So the other thing is go build friendships in real life until you have your social media down. Like, there's no reason. Did you know that actually, I always wonder about this. Has anyone's mailman ever asked, like, what is the Shakeology? Like, it's kind of a weird word, but sometimes like they change. This is like a thing with like mail people, apparently. The Shakeology actually used to come in a different box. It was like a basic box. And then they switched it to being green and white, like so that it would like draw more attention. So there are things like wear and share, wear a shirt that says Shakeology, wear something out. Like if you're going out, have those conversations with people. I know a lot of coaches on our team actually are very good at having natural conversations with people. And having that turn into them eventually joining the challenge group. So go out and build a business in real life, but go make friends. Don't use the excuse that you don't have any friends not to build your business. Also, you have to just be okay with sucking at social media at first. Like, you just have to be okay with writing your heart out and like pouring your heart and soul into something and posting it, and then like one person likes it. Like, you just got to get used to that feeling and just get over it. Because then other times you're going to slap something up and it's not going to have your heart in it, and like everyone likes it. You know what I mean? I put a picture of Duke and everyone's like, oh, and then I post like a picture of someone who just changed their life and they're like, beach body thing again, right? I'm okay with that because I know that in the right time, someone's going to see it. And honestly, the people who join me are not the ones who always like the stuff. They're watching, they're creeping on you. So you got to keep showing up. And also you just have to learn what your audience likes. That's a really big thing because your audience, your vibe attracts your tribe. So your audience will change, but it is really important that you know what they're looking for. So don't be afraid to ask in your stories, like, hey, what are you guys looking for? You know? And then just be ready for the answer. Okay. Number 5 reason why your business is not growing. You don't know enough people. I actually hear this one a lot. You know, I'm from a small town. I don't know anybody. So I guess that's it for me. I guess I'm done because I'm from a small town. And I just think that that's also just crap. Like, you just have to get out of your own way. The difference between Beachbody and other companies is the community. People are in it for the community. That's what you need to focus on. You need to stop being scared. Because if you're just saying, oh, I'm from a small town, I don't know enough people, it's just like what we talked about, that you don't have enough friends. Like, you're just scared. You do know enough people, and there are enough people out there. So have you guys, raise your hand if you've ever gone into the back office and done the memory jogger. Okay, that's a tool in your back office. If you have done it, you should have written down a lot of names, memory jogger, of people that you can go invite. Now, I would say raise your hand if you have invited every single person who you wrote down on that memory jogger. I haven't. Okay, there you go. There's all something we can do tomorrow, tonight. I would say tonight. Go into your back office, find the memory jogger, do it. Like, you can't just stare at the paper. You have to do it. So do it, and then go invite every single person, right? There you go. There's like a buttload of invites that you can send out right now. And the challenge pack is 140. So you know what? You're doing them a favor by inviting them now and not waiting. Okay. But the other thing is, I would just say, be really careful. Like when you do the memory jogger, I'm kind of being sarcastic there. Actually, yeah, take that back. I wish I could just take that last sentence off because I don't believe in cold inviting. So don't actually message them if you haven't talked to them in years and been like, hey, I'm a Beachbody coach now. Don't do that. Okay. For reals. Like don't do that. Build a relationship and build trust. Okay. Number 6 reason why your business isn't growing is because you're just not fit enough. Have you guys ever thought that? Okay, I will tell you something. When I started coaching, I was skinny and then I got abs for like the first time since I don't know. I don't think I've ever had abs like I had. Like it was good, you guys. I was very proud of my abs. It was really hard to have people want to join my challenge group. I did it. At least 5 people every single month would join me, but I had to hustle for it. Tell you something, I put on 90 pounds with Duke. Oh, and all of a sudden, like I have way more women. I'm not saying get fat. That's not what I'm saying, but I'm saying it's all about being relatable. It's all about sharing your journey. You are ready in the skin that you're in right now. When I had abs, I was ready in the skin that I was in right then. I attracted girls who wanted abs. Now in the skin that I'm in, I attract girls who are wanting to get started on their journey or who maybe fell off the wagon, like whatever it is, right? So wherever you're at right now, you are ready in the skin you're in. And you know what? If you're like, okay, well, I'm going to work out, but I'm not going to actively start coaching until I hit my goal. You know what the sad thing is that you're going to inspire a lot of women and then they're going to go sign up with somebody else. So that's what's going to happen. It's just the truth. And that's a shame because there's something very powerful in showing up exactly how you are and letting them know that you're enough and so are they, right? That's like what we're all about. And so if you're not at your goal, like good, you have such an advantage because you can share that journey. You can share it as you go through it. They're going to be watching and then they're going to be inspired and they're going to trust you because you get it. So don't let that be a reason why you're not working your business or why you think your business is not growing. My business is better than it did better than it's ever done when I was at my heaviest weight. Okay. Number 7, reason why your business is not growing. You've tried everything. I hear this one so much. You've tried everything. And when people tell me that, I always go, really? Like you've listened to every single national wake up call ever. You've listened to every single Team Bloom call, Team New Life call, Team Dare to Dream call. You've watched every single Beachbody training video on YouTube. You've read every single personal development book that's ever been invented. Like you've tried everything, or that's just like your line of how you're going to excuse yourself now from reaching your dreams. That's just your excuse. It's just such crap. So lots of times the moment when you're going to want to give up is going to be the moment before your biggest breakthrough. At least for me, I know the hardest times in my business when I've been like, oh, like, and I've never considered quitting, but I mean, the times when I've been like, this job is not fun anymore and I feel discouraged. If I can push through that, that's when like the next season is fun and we have momentum and it's like, it's fun again. And like I'm seeing results and I'm seeing my challengers get results and I'm seeing my coaches have success. So just know that if it's a hard season, your breakthrough is right on the other side. So don't tell yourself that you've tried everything when you just haven't. Like I said earlier, team calls didn't used to be a thing. Somebody had to think of it and try it, right? So what's the next thing that just hasn't been thought of that's going to take our business to the next level? We don't know. Like we're always learning. There's always more to learn. There's always more. Okay. Yo, I got to hurry up. Number 8, why your business is not growing. You just want to help people. Me too. I just love to help people. But you know how you can help more people? Making your business better, making your business bigger. Who helps more people? The person over sitting on the sidelines who's just like showing up sometimes like, just trying to help people, but I'm really afraid to tell them about the price because I just want to help people. Or the girl who's out there telling the world about the $140 challenge pack and making a difference and changing lives and showing up and on her stories and getting results and drinking her shake. all of the things, doing all of the things, talking about the coaching opportunity. Who's helping more people? Not the girl who's over here just saying she wants to help people, but really she's just scared. So don't be that person. Don't let that be an excuse. If you truly want to help more people, then make your business bigger, grow it. And especially the coaching opportunity. Like, yes, the programs change lives. And if you don't do the programs, you won't be able to be a successful coach because this change comes from the inside out, right? Like, you have to believe in it to share it. You can't give to other people what you don't have for yourself. So it starts with the programs. But what really changes lives, what really gives families financial freedom and confidence and fun, amazing memories on trips is the coaching opportunity. So you have to be changing lives by adding more coaches all the time. Okay, number 9. Your business is not successful because your family or spouse thinks that it's a scheme and they don't support you. Surround yourself with people who lift you up. If that is your situation, then plug into the team more. Do your personal development. Reach out to your upline. Like, I know this is a super duper common theme. Like, a lot of people have this problem. But number 1 is, like, people need time. Your husband, your spouse, whatever, they might need time to see that it's the real deal, right? They might need time to see, oh, wow, you earned that trip. Oh, I get to go on that trip. Okay, yeah, honey, keep making that money. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to take time and there's nothing wrong with that, but you're still going to be the one to choose whether or not you let it stop you. And I really think that if you want it bad enough, it won't matter. And I think that if your spouse is literally, like, if a spouse is like telling you, like, you are not allowed to work your business, then you probably have some other problems maybe that don't have anything to do with Beachbody. I'm just going to say that straight up, right? If what you're doing lights you up and if it's a passion and if you love it, then anyone who's literally telling you, like, you can't do it or is being that negative, like, you've got some other issues going on. It doesn't have to do with the business. But the other thing is, you better have some freaking strong boundaries in your life where you hustle and you rest. And by rest, I mean you rest. And if you're married, you have sex. You have sex with your husband. Do not let this business take over your life, okay? That's the last thing anybody needs. But I'll tell you what, you keep that going, you like work on yourself physically, you take him on those free trips, this is not going to be a problem anymore. Okay. So don't lose that. And I know I'm joking, but I'm actually not joking because it's really easy to let things like that go by the wayside when you're hustling for goals. I get that. Like, on the Enneagram, I'm a 3. I will stay up for days to hit a goal. So don't get so hyper-focused that you lose track of boundaries and rest. Play hard, rest hard. Okay. Number 10, reason why your business is not growing is you simply need to take ownership. That's what all of this comes down to. You guys, okay, I know it's 6 o'clock, but I'm just going to say one more thing about that is this business is not hard. Like, we get so caught up in how do I word things? When is our next sneak peek? How is coffee and coaching working? I need a new preset filter. My stories are not interesting. I need better lighting, like all of these things. But it seriously comes down to take it back a minute. Take it back to when you did the workout program and you realize, like, dang, I feel super good, right? It only makes sense that every single day you just fill your mind with good stuff, 10 pages or 10 minutes, read the book, do the thing, like, fill your mind with good stuff, and then share on your stories. This is great. I read this. Fantastic. Every single day, do this. Then you go do your workout. It's going to feel amazing. You're going to feel even better. There's 2 things you've done for your business that literally have just been for you, right? Do your workout, show that you're being consistent, get that adrenaline rush. Then you're going to go talk to people, go connect with them, go be a human, like, go serve people, find out what they're lacking, find out how they're doing, right? And know you're going to feel so good that how can you not share? How can you not invite them to our group? They're paying $140 for this, and people pay, like, I used to pay more than that a month for the Y, like, for childcare and stuff, This business is so, so simple. Like, all week, I just kept thinking, we need to get back to basics. Like, forget all the freaking preset. People don't care what preset filter you have. That's crap. They don't even, honestly, before I knew what a preset was, like, up until like 6 months ago, I was like, how is that girl's grass blue? Like, what is she doing and she was actually a girl on another team. And I messaged her, I'm like, what are you doing to your photos? And now I'm like, oh gosh, I have to reset. Like, no, I don't. When I first started this business and when I loved this business, like the most, like when I was like just a little honeymoon phase coach, there was none of that fancy stuff. I loved my workout. I loved what personal development was doing to me. I loved my shake. I loved my workout, and I loved telling people about it. I didn't feel like I had to have some fancy script or some fancy training or anything like that. You don't have to have any of that. Just love what you do. Take care of yourself first and then go share it. That's what this business comes down to. So we need to, I think, all get back to basics. Get out of your own head. Stop thinking that you don't have the right script or you don't know how to say it, and just go share your heart with people and change some lives. And lean into the team. Our team is here and we work together. The better one of us does, the better we all do. So we're all here for each other. All right.